Hey everyone, welcome back to Open. Our last guest is a rapper and percussionist who, like many Bronxites and New Yorkers, I might add, fell in love with hip hop at an early age, along with playing the cajon drum. And as an educator, he aims to inspire the next generation of cajon players, specifically rapping cajoneros worldwide, which sparked his children's book, a book about a box, through his organization Rhyme, which stands for Rhymes Help Young Minds Excel, and educational hip hop music and mentoring youth programs at Thrive Collective. Everyone, please welcome percussionist, educator, and author Rany Mason. So,
Right.
faith, family, hip hop.
That's it.
You're
That's
a man of faith.
I am, yeah.
Yeah, what I didn't say is you're a pastor too, right?
That's right, yeah, I'm a pastor. I'm an apprentice of Jesus. I like to say it that way, an apprentice of Jesus, made in the image of God, loved by God, so that I can love myself and other people like God. And so that's part of my faith journey. And as you mentioned, growing up in the Bronx, hip hop has been a very big part of my life. I was playing Nintendo one day and I heard my older brother rapping in a room, got inspired because he was like the coolest cat ever, and decided I wanted to do that. And then family, you know what I'm saying? I have the privilege of being married to a wonderful woman. Shout out to my wife, Rhina. She's amazing. We have 6 beautiful children.
I know I read that. I was like,
Yeah,
6? Let me find
yeah.
out we got a Brady bunch over here.
Yeah, the Mason bunch. Yeah,
The Mason bunch.
We call them the tribe. So we got a whole
Nice.
tribe.
I love
And
that.
so yeah, my friend asked me one day if you could describe your life in 3 words, what would it be? And so I said faith, family, hip hop. And so that's how we came up with that.
I like that.
Merch. Yeah.
I like that. So, in researching you, what I really admire the most is your lyricism.
Thank you.
And I say that because not everybody could do what you do and do it on the spot,
Sure.
and just kind of trust whatever's going to flow through you. How are you able to do that?
Man, God is gracious. I have to say first and foremost, but secondly, a lot of practice. You know what I mean? So I've been freestyling ever since I was a kid. I wasn't really super like engaged in school and didn't really do well academically, but I was learning this craft in the street and being able to, do rhymes extemporaneously and, come up with lyrics. And, I would sit on the bus and I would look at all the names of stores as the bus was going down East Tremont Avenue, and I would try to put the names of the stores in the rhyme. So I've been freestyling a long time. It's a gift that God gave me that I have to hone and practice and work on and develop. And I love it because it's freeing, you know what I mean? There's a liberty in being just who you are, where you are, in the spot, not preoccupied or anything. Yeah.
No, it's beautiful. It's beautiful because it definitely requires a sense of surrender.
There
And I
you
love
go.
that you said
Yeah.
God is gracious because you're
Word.
allowing yourself to operate as that vessel,
Absolutely,
right?
yeah, yeah.
And then you pass it forward
That's
on top
it.
of everything else,
Right
right?
on.
Let's talk a little bit about Rhyme.
Yeah, Rhyme stands for Rhymes Help Young Minds Excel. It's an educational hip hop music and mentoring program that my wife and I started. My wife is an educator. I'm a hip hop artist, and so we would be sitting at the dinner table talking about, hip hop and education and youth work, and then we're obviously parents as well. So we have a passion for children, and so we came up with this idea, and it's a part of a larger nonprofit organization called Thrive Collective, where we, our aim is to create hope and opportunity in and around schools through the arts and mentoring, ultimately to eradicate artless education, and we do that through visual arts, hip hop, media, and mentoring citywide and even nationwide in some cases.
I know. I saw
Yeah.
that you travel extensively as well.
Yeah.
But what really fascinates me is your choice of instrument, a cajon. I happen to know about cajon, but you're going to share with everybody the background of a
Right
cajon,
on.
right? And the fact that you're so into your cajon that you were actually sitting here in the audience playing your cajon, like
That's
you can't
it.
help yourself
I can't.
but play it. So how were you even introduced to this instrument,
Yeah.
which you guys are going to see later because he's going to play on it when he raps later.
Yeah, that's a fantastic question. So I used to be part of a trio. We were a hip hop soul trio, kind of like the Fugees, and we had some live instrumentation. It was a singer, a bassist, a guitarist, and I was the main rapper. And basically, my buddy, shout out to Akil Desan, a great friend and brother, and he was like, "Yo, we need you to do something when you're not rapping, right?" So I would just be hyping them up, two-step, whatever. And so he actually gifted me my first cajon. And at the time, I had never heard of the cajon. I was not familiar with the cajon. And he said, "Here, I bought this for you." And he bought me this drum. And I fell in love with it. And then I began to integrate it with my artistry as a rapper. Initially I would play when I wasn't rapping. But then I decided to, bring it together and play simultaneously while rapping,
Right.
and that's where this whole rapping cajonero thing came about. So the cajon, as you know, is an Afro-Peruvian instrument, very rich history, going
That you
all
can
over.
sit on while you play.
Yeah, that you can sit on, like a seat, and it's a hand drum, and the history is wild, like slave-made instrument, way back, in like the 1600s, inspired by an even older drum, called a gomé, a West African drum, but the Afro-Peruvian version of it is called a cajon. And so, yeah, I'm writing a children's book about it. Because when I was in school, I'm an educator. I work with young people in schools, teaching mic skills and life skills. And I would always bring my drum. And when I shared the story,
I gotta stop
yeah.
you just a minute because you're
What's up?
such a clever lyricist.
Hey.
You're like, my skills and life skills.
Yeah,
Wicked, wicked.
mic
I was
skills and
like,
life.
I was like,
That's how we do it. Yeah.
Yes.
Even in people tell me that I rhyme my rhymes sound like a conversation. So, and I think that's a
love
compliment.
It,
you know
it
what I
is.
mean?
It
Yeah,
absolutely
word.
is.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure they got it.
Right on.
Because
right
I
on.
was like, phew,
So the fact,
whoa.
mic skills and life skills.
I love it.
Yeah, and so I was sharing the history of the cajon with some of my elementary school students, and they were just like on the edge of their seats. And so I was like, man, I should write this down. So my boy is doing the illustrations. I'm writing it. It's gonna rhyme. It's gonna have a hip hop element because it's gonna flow like a rap, and tell the story of the cajon from its origin all the way to today in the Bronx, being used in hip hop. Traditionally the cajon has not been used very much in hip hop, more so in like flamenco, Latin jazz, rock, other genres. But I'm enjoying kind of integrating it with hip hop.
All right, so when do you foresee this book being accomplished?
It's a fantastic question. We're working on many things as artists do, right?
I hear you,
Yeah.
I hear you, but you're doing it for the next generation
Yeah,
too. You're
yeah.
doing it in illustration style, right? So
Absolutely.
what age range are we looking at?
For the book, the
Yeah.
book could probably be elementary, middle school, somewhere
Yeah.
in that age range. Yeah.
Yeah.
We work with kids from kindergarten all the way to college. We have college programs, high school, middle school, elementary. But yeah, the first thing coming up is I have an album coming out in a couple of months in the spring.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's the next big project.
With
that's
the
gonna
cajon?
come. Yeah, with the cajon
Of
is
course,
included.
right?
Yeah. There's a lot of things going
Right,
on.
of course,
Yeah,
yeah.
so many
But
things,
I'm
yeah.
saying, like,
Yeah.
because you're this cajonero,
Absolutely, yeah. It's got to be a
it's not
part.
an instrument that is commonly used, and I feel that anybody who is, I guess, implementing that into their sound is because you're really rooted in your in your background, right?
Yeah,
in your
yeah.
ancestry, in your Africanism, right?
Right on. Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely,
we're
yeah.
celebrating Black History Month, so
Yeah, word up,
we're already
yeah.
talking about that.
Yeah.
So, and you also mentioned West Africa, which we
Right.
just had a segment
Absolutely.
that was honoring West Africa, and now we're honoring
Yeah.
Afro-Peruvian on top of
Absolutely.
being, Afro-Boricua.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yes. Shout out to my parents, two wonderful parents, fathers, African American, Jamaican. My mother's Puerto Rican from the island. And yeah, so and then the drums integrate that with the bronze. It's a lot mixed in as a melting pot. And I think it's interesting. Also for me, it's like the next evolution and iteration of me as an artist, right? So
Right.
I've been rhyming since I was a kid. I've been writing rhymes since I was literally 10, 11 years old, all my life. It's over 25 plus years of rhyming. But now, kind of integrating what's the next thing, how the next iteration of the art. And so the cajon has been that. And so I'm excited to see where we go with it.
Oh, well, we're excited to give them a taste of it.
Yeah.
Because that's what you're going to be presenting for
I
us
am
today,
yeah.
right?
I'm gonna debut something brand new I've never done anywhere before.
No.
But see, this is why I was rhyming in the corner because I'm trying to remember it. It's that new. Nobody has heard it. You know what I mean? So
Oh my gosh, is it new to you too?
it's brand new to me. Yeah.
Right, because, okay, and the reason I'm asking you that is because this man has the ability to just freestyle off the cuff.
Off the
And
cuff.
that is a skill that not everyone is blessed with.
Yeah, and I'm grateful for it. Yeah. So
Wow.
I love doing new things. That just gets me excited. So
Yeah.
it's challenging. It's like if it's not challenging, if it doesn't challenge you, it probably won't change you. So I like to be challenged and hopefully changed in the process.
I
You know what
love
mean? For the betterment.
that. Yes, here's to transforming
Right on,
every
right on.
chance we got.
Yes.
That is the evolution of our existence.
Come
Bravo.
on.
Yay.
Yeah.
All right. You guys don't go anywhere because when we return, Randy's going to perform for us with his cajon. You don't want to miss.